Yeah, tell me about your podcast.
Come on. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to you first, because the last time I was on this episode, I hadn't created the podcast yet, and you really
you were
pushed
just
me.
about to.
Yeah, you kind of really pushed me to do it, and I don't know if you had the same feelings, but I was definitely very nervous of doing it, and like put myself out there, and that kind of whole thing with social media and really being, I guess, vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, this is who I am. This is what I'm about.
Yeah.
And the first few episodes, like most people's first episodes, are going to suck a little bit. I'm going to make mistakes because I'm starting out. I'm not sure how everything works, audio, or just how to communicate ideas effectively. But yeah, it's just been a super fun thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
And it kind of started quite organically. I didn't intend when I started my health coaching course that I would do a podcast. I just started sending like a voice message out to a few various people like yourself, just with my learnings of that week. And it really helps me. I think, that jiu-jitsu sort of things, if you teach other people a certain skill, you can learn yourself. So that's what I was doing, teaching people about, I don't know, gluten or various things to do with sleep or stress, whatever it was. And then had a few people like yourself and a few other kind of friends that you should, start a podcast and put out to more people. And hopefully
I felt like it was
message.
a podcast when I was listening to it, because I stick it on the way to like jiu-jitsu or something. I was like, oh damn, oh shit, that's really interesting.
Yeah, a little voice message. Voice message is a beautiful thing. But yeah, I've done it for about 2 months now. I've done like 11, 12 episodes. And I really enjoy it. And it's interesting. I'm getting sick of my own voice, definitely. Just listen to my own voice over and over again and editing and everything. But it's given me a lot of opportunities. And maybe same with you, don't know, by putting yourself out there, being creative, whatever it is, you don't know where it's going to go to. Like, because I put myself out there and was vulnerable, I was offered to go on another podcast.
Oh, nice. What podcast was that?
I recorded it yesterday, actually.
Oh, wow.
With a friend. It was called A Way to Live Well, with my friend Anna Maria, who's a yoga teacher and a massage therapist.
Nice.
But things like that I would just never have been able to do. I'm sure in the future there'll be more opportunities, and I can help more people and share the message of kind of health. And that's what, because the main message I'm trying to do is health to practice, not an idea, in the sense that so much theory related to health, and unless you kind of really experiment yourself, there's not one diet that suits everyone. It's like really kind of interested to hear about your kind of journey with being vegan now, and kind of how you feel that's changed, how you're feeling with your body and mind. And I've done other kind of change of diets and other movement practices in my past, and I think I've kind of drawn upon that now and can be able to share that with others, that it's good to experiment, and there's not like maybe one set thing that is going to last you the rest of your life. You need to try out different modalities, whatever that is, and it's been fucking amazing.
Would you ever, because you seem to have a formula which I really like, because it's kind of like, what is the length of each podcast average? Just 15 minutes, right? 10
15 minutes. It's really short, like a bite-sized podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's only me speaking. So if it was, I think people would get bored if it's just like one person speaking
for like an hour.
And obviously part of the beauty of podcasts in general, like your one, is that it's two people having a conversation. But my one, it's more just like quite condensed, 10 minutes. At the end, I'll definitely put a few kind of practical ideas you can put into your life. But each topic, it could be about gut health, or things to do with your mental health, or whatever it is, different subjects to do with kind of holistic health. And just, it really helps me to learn, put those ideas down. And in the future, when I'm actually like a certified health coach, it's going to be good to have that wealth of information that I can kind of draw on and kind of look back on, and help me to learn, help to kind of support.
Would you ever get other people on there?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it, and I'm trying to see how best I would do that. I know a few other podcasts that are coaches in various fields, whether it's to do with like sport or music, whatever it is, and they sometimes have people on who their clients are, and either do a live or pre-recorded kind of like assessment with someone. So you get someone on and you give them like a free kind of one-to-one health coach assessment, and you just sort of speak about what they're going through, what issues they're doing, and then just sort of have that personal kind of approach to it. So that's kind of one idea. But I'm still kind of going over a few. So if you got
clients, you would bring them on to kind of track their journey if they were open to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a balance, because a lot of it's quite confidential and quite...
people's health is like the most personal thing.
So it's got to maybe let's say I'm doing a 6-month program with someone. I've got a few people now that I'm supporting in various health goals, health concerns. And one person I'm just started working with who's going to do a marathon in 6 months' time. So I'm just helping them with that and their kind of whole I guess ideas towards health and sleep and recovery and things like that. So maybe at the end of their time with me, and we'll help them out, and then maybe get them on the podcast and just speak about their experience and things like that. But
that'd be a good idea.
So many opportunities, and I feel it's a way I can really be creative. I don't know if you feel the same way with your podcast.
Yeah, I think it's interesting doing this podcast because, again, like I think I've told you the story before, but on New Year's Day, like a year and a half ago, or just over a year ago,
Yeah.
I did acid, and then as I was coming down from the trip, I watched his 10 years in review of Joe Rogan because it was the 10-year anniversary, and it kind of struck me that I'd been listening to it for 10 years, and I thought to myself, you know that old saying that's like, the best time to plant an oak tree is 10 years ago, the second best time is today.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I've been thinking about doing a podcast for ages, and not in the way that I don't know what I expect to do from it, but I know that I have certain temperament. I have a certain temperamental complex that allows me to talk to people and have interactions, and I feel like that lends itself to this sort of medium. So I just thought I should fucking do this, you know. And it's interesting because you learn things doing this, you know. You learn about how to set up a fucking studio, like what not to do, like what's kind of amateur. I was going to do this without lights, which just looks terrible. It just looks like I was talking to Dimitri, you know, Dimitri Brakanov, and he helped me to set this up. And he's got a podcast called Advice Squad.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I've listened to a little bit of that, yeah.
It's quite funny. They were going to call it Agony Cunts. But they didn't. And so anyway, he was saying that if you don't have lighting, for example, it just looks like softcore porn. No, it looks like amateur porn.
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
And I was like, is there something wrong with amateur porn? I was like, that's sometimes the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want it to look too polished.
You know,